Hey coders, welcome to Pong Part 2. So far we've got our edge sprites set up, we've got a background in the beginning, we have created our Pong object, which is just going to be our little giraffe token right there, and we've given it some attributes. We've given it scale, velocity, set the collider to circle, and inside the function we're telling it to bounce off the edges. Okay. We've still got a ways to go. So let's reset that. And now we're going to bring in our platform. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab a new comment. This is where I set up my background sprite, created the Pong object, and now underneath this comment, so I can find it, so I can change things later easily if I need to, this is where I'm going to create the platform, or the paddle, however you want to call it. Let's go back in here, bring in the two pieces of coding that we need. To bring it in, I'm going to say platform there, say platform here. Now, let's go grab a picture. Need to add a new one. I'm going to jump down here to environment, and I'm going to grab one of these land pieces. You could grab a brick or however you want it to be. You're just looking for something that looks a little interesting. I'm going to grab the dirt and grass just like it was a piece of ground. You're looking for something interesting that we can make the platform out of. And I'm going to make sure that my label points to what I want it to be at. Let's grab another comment, because underneath Pong attributes, I'm now going to add platform attributes. I don't want my sprite to be big or square. I want it to kind of be rectangular. So I want it longer across the y-axis than taller on the x. So I'm going to grab some height and width and bring that in. So both of these are going to come in. I'm going to name it platform. Height, let's go 5. Not sure what it should be, but we'll find out in a little bit. Platform width, I want it to be 12. Let's see what that does. Okay, you can see that my platform is right there in the very center. A little bit too tiny. Might be a good challenge to play Pong with something so tiny, but we'll see. My height, let's change it to 50. My width, let's change that to 95. Let's see what it does. Okay, a much more substantial platform. I don't know if I want it that tall. So this is going to be kind of some guessing and checking to see if your platform turns out the way that you want it. Okay, I like that. Height about 25, width about 95. I can always adjust things later. Now remember, this is going to be back here. I want to change where my platform's coming in. I want it across the bottom going back and forth. So let's bring that down. On the y-axis, I'm going to bring it down to 300. The 200's right in the middle for the x-axis, so that's fine. 300 brought it down a little bit better. Let's bring it to 350. It might take a little bit to go ahead and guess and check where exactly you want it to be. You could also bring in your target in here to go ahead and try to find exactly where perhaps you would like it. I'm going to change mine to 375. And let's run it and see what we got. That's about perfect. Okay, you notice though, I've got to get my platform two things, moving and colliding. This is a rectangle. I'm not going to have it be a circle collider, but I do want it to collide. So underneath my platform attributes, I need to bring in my setting collider type. And I do want it to be rectangle. Then I want to tell things what to happen. So in here I've got Pong, my little token, is bouncing off of edges, and I also want it to bounce off of the platform. So I'll bring in the coding for that inside the green, and I'm going to say Pong bounce off platform. Now let's reset and see what happens. Now it's bouncing off the platform. Great. Ultimately, we want our Pong bouncing around the screen, and we also want to move our platform back and forth. But here we have most of our attributes already in the game. So that's the end of part 2. Not a lot that we added in, but you might need to do some setup time with getting the things, your attributes, placed in the right spot. So on the next video, we're going to start working on mainly coding and getting things interacting exactly how we want them to. All right, good job, coders. Go tear it up.